Alright guys, what's up? Casual K Kyle here. Today we're going to talk about this IPV4. Now, the IPV4, the newest from the Pioneer 4U Industries device, box mod, dual 18650 battery, comes apart a lot easier than the 3. There's some cool things about this, there's some shitty things about this. If you're on Instagram, you already know that kind of stuff. But let's go up close real quick, I'll show it, and then we'll rant about it and see if it's really any good, if you should really buy it, if it's worth the money or not. Let's do an up close portion. Alright, so here is the IPV4. It looks okay. I don't know if I'm completely sold about the looks. That immediately bothered me when I got this device. Oh, they're up to their old tricks again. They're gonna do some 9-volt charge issues again. Great, that'll be good, because I'm sure it'll work this time, right? No, I doubt it. And I was right. It's a piece of shit again. And you have this chrome finish on here. So there's my camera. Yep, there's the camera that I use. Yeah, so you can see that completely chrome finish on here, and you can see, barely you can see the screen. But it won't even show me the screen, I'll just say check atomizer until I put something on this. So we are gonna do that right now. We're gonna stick on a good old Kennedy onto this guy. Let's stick on our Kennedy, which, you know what, this is probably the most dangerous Addy to put on here, is the Kennedy. Because of the bottom airflow, it tends to want to leak, and if you've seen anything on Instagram going on, you would know that someone has gotten liquid down here and into that charge port and fried the entire charge port chip. It did actually still work afterwards, but there's just some things that they fucked up on, really hard. So the first thing that I want to show is we'll just show the chip. And there is the chip. You can kind of, let's get a little closer. It's hard to see it because of the chrome finish. 75 watts, 3.24 volt, 0.14 ohm coil on this Kennedy, and you can kind of see that it has the M4 on there. It doesn't want to focus on the chip because it's wanting to focus on the reflection, so I'm sorry about that. It does show you your battery right here. It does not show you the battery's the battery sag, but it does show you the life, and that's kind of deceiving because it makes it look like, oh, I'm only halfway through, but it'll actually die pretty quick. I only have probably about a quarter battery with that. And these are your up and down switches right here. You can adjust up and down. That's adjusting down. And if you want to go into the memory mode, you can go into the memory mode, just hit up, and it'll change to different stuff. I never use mine, so I'm going to stick it back to the 75 that we were on. There we go. I never use it, that's why it's all weird in like a bunch of 55s, because I usually run it in 55, and I've been adjusting on different modes to get it to 55 because I'm so lazy with it. But that's that. Bottom of the device does have a mini USB. It's not a charger. This is for upgrading. And the upgrading, as far as I know, there's not an upgrade yet, but we'll see if there's some kind of upgrade. I don't really care. Got some vent holes right here. Got this nice C-frame design that you see on a lot of other stuff, but this is like a dual battery version of like the IPV Mini, the ZNA, the SX Mini, and the M-Class. All those have that C-frame design. And this is following that, but they made it a little bit longer on the other side, so you can fit 2 batteries. And one big plus that they did with this one that they took off on the other one, let me zoom out a little bit. Whoa. Let me keep it on here. There we go. One big thing they changed is now you have an easy little slide off sleeve. Yeah, little sleeve to slide off, and it's held on there with those ball bearings rather than magnets like every other atomizer. And you have this string, and you just pull out the batteries. You're good to go. They run in series. They show you how they run. It does not like going upside down, as you can see right here. You have to have it the right way, and it'll click into place. But it is on there very loose. I'm not a fan of how loose that is. You can hear that. Yeah, it's really on there like shit. And the buttons rattle too. Those are the buttons. I'll even take off the sleeve. Yeah, the buttons rattle too. It's just like, really? You're gonna make it this cheap? Like, ugh. I know it's like you can get it for like 85 to 100 bucks or something like that. It's like really cheap. And yeah, it is really cheap. It's really cheap, like inexpensive, and it's really cheap, like not made that well also. And you can see right here, there's a huge gap right here. Huge gap. And I don't like that. Right below your atomizer. And that's right where your chip is. Like, it can seep right into your chip and fuck shit up. And right here, you have the 9-volt charger, which, I mean, people already didn't like the 9-volt charger. Why would we go back to that? It just seems dumb. But as far as it works, and it adjusts from whatever 7 watts or 5 watts up to 100 watts, it does that pretty well. It has a temp mode on it, and that does it pretty well too. It seems to be maybe just a little bit less accurate than the SX, but it seems to do the pulse width thing like the SX does. Yeah, so that's really that on it, and I want to show you some cool stuff on the chip. So if you hit the button 5 times, it does not lock it. It just takes you over to this separate screen. And you can see that's exit, and I can exit, go back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brings you into the menu. I can't read. System on, off, you can turn the system off. Mode power, or you can go into Joule. And Joule mode is a temp mode, and you have exit. So that's all you have, and it's just a weird thing to do things. So if you want to lock this device, you don't hit up and down, that doesn't do anything. That actually hits set resistance. Set resistance, you know, 1, 4, 5, yep, okay. And it fires that. So there's no like lock feature on this. You either hit the button 5 times, and you find system, and you turn it off, and you do that, or you leave it on. That's really your only options. So there's no lock feature on this too. That's like, there's things they skipped on the chip that would have been cool to do. There's things they screwed up on, and it's still what the hell? I turned it off. Did you guys see that? I turned it off, and it okay, there it goes. This is your turning on screen. So there's things they missed on this thing that seems there's like they just rushed it out way too quick, even though they had it delayed, and they said, oh, you know, we're changing up some stuff and then we'll have it out later. It's like, what the hell was worse about this? This thing was worse before? Like, shit. And the chrome finish I'm not a fan of. This silver finish does seem to be holding up a lot better than the IPV3's silver finish, so I'm kind of happy about that. It seems to be that they've gotten a better paint job now. I'm not a fan of this plastic sleeve that sticks out, and it's really, if I can get it on camera, really bendy. Not a fan of a lot of things on this device. But let's go back up to the original screen and vape on it and rant talk, whatever. Let's do that. Alright, so you guys saw it up close, the IPV4. How does it perform? Like, how does it fire? It fires pretty good. It fires probably, I would say, just as accurate as the IPv3. It's nothing better. It seems to run a little hot, like the IPv3 did. It seems to be like a little bit off on the wattages compared to some other like super accurate wattage devices. But you know, it works, and it's pretty cheap, and it's also really cheap. Yeah, like I said before in the up close, my buttons rattle. This sleeve rattles, and it just comes apart like nothing, and your batteries, I don't know, are sitting right there, and it's kind of open right here for juice to get in, so I don't like juice possibly getting to my batteries way too easily. There's just a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna probably tape up that 9-volt. If you saw on Instagram the post that was getting reposted all the time, if you saw the shop on there, I actually work at that shop. Just happened to be on Instagram and saw that it got reposted from my shop, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool!" So yeah, I work at that shop. So if there's any like things going on with that shop, you know, you can like email us, because we dealt with a problem with an IPv4. So if you have a problem where you got juice in there too, you can call us up. That'd be cool. because I think most of us have an IPv4, so we know how it works, what to do, and everything. So if you have issues with that, you can always call that shop up. We have an email. It's just vixvapes@gmail.com. Do that kind of stuff. It's easy stuff. But yeah, IPv4. Let's stick to the review. IPv4, is it worth the money? Just spend a little bit more money and get a way better device. Honestly, like, you could spend $100 on this, or you could spend $200 and get an SX Mini M class, and you'll probably be a lot more happy with the M class. I know I am. Or you can just wait, maybe, and maybe they'll fix it. Maybe there's going to be a new Sigelli version, because Sigelli's got to, make their version of the IPv4 with their Sigelli whatever, and the Sigelli temp control. That'll probably be coming out. I think there's probably already things out showing like previews of what they're going to do it or something. But yeah, just wait for something better, because this is not good. This is cheap, and I don't enjoy it. I just don't like the feeling in my hand. I can feel this moving while I'm holding it. It's all like, ugh, It's just, eh. That's my review on the IPv4. It's eh. It's eh. And I don't know if I exactly trust having this Kennedy on it because of the bottom airflow. It's nothing on Kennedy, but if I over drip, and it's really easy to do that on the Kennedy, I'll get juice down here and I'll fuck up the whole device. So I'm probably going to take the Kennedy right off of this, but I really just wanted to use Kennedy because I like it. So that's that. It's yeah, IPv4. If you want something cheap, it works. Goes up to 100 watts. Just the temp control actually surprisingly works pretty well. I would just suggest if you buy one, get some electrical tape or some duct tape and just cover that hole. Take off your sleeve, cover that hole with some like nice like sealant tape, and put the sleeve back on. And just don't charge it that way. Take out the batteries. Charge them in your charger, your 2-bay charger, your 4-bay charger, whatever, and pop them back in. Don't use the charger. Do not use the charger. I don't condone using 9-volt chargers for your 2-amp charge. It just seems like way too much. Like a 5-volt charger is what we use. Why would we use a 9-volt charger? That's so much power. It's like way too much for these batteries, way too much for a chip. It's not the way to go. It doesn't charge your batteries any faster because it uses a 9-volt charger and then regulates it down, apparently, and gives you a 1.5 amp charge. And it's just eh. It's just eh. So it works, just like I could say on the IPv3. It works. Do I like the designs on it? No. That's it. I'm out of here. Ranted a little bit too much, but we're done. IPv4, it's meh. I kind of have some bad feelings about it. I have some okay, good feelings about it. I might use it more in the future, but it's eh. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then leave a comment. If you have anything that happened with your IPv4 you want help with, if you have anything more that I didn't put in this video that you want me to talk about, I always respond to comments, so or as much as I can. Sometimes it'll take a day or two and it won't email me on YouTube that I got a comment or something, but I try as much as I can to reply to comments, so that'll be happening. If you have any issues with yours, leave in the comments, man. I'll help you out. I'll help you out because I've helped other people out with this IPv4. And yeah, so that's the IPv4. I'm out of here. See you guys next time.